Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Paul Hutchings coming to you with another episode of The Good Parts, and I hope I'm staring at the right place for the camera. This is a daily social media show where I go live Monday through Friday, once a day, right around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today, I'm doing it a little early to share one good part from my life and or business in an effort to help me and as many people as I can create more freedom, prosperity, happiness, joy, abundance, goodness, all the good things life has to offer. And today, I want to share with you something that is definitely a huge good part from my life. I was on a morning mastermind call and we were studying from a certain book. And as the speaker on the call was reading the chapter, I was thinking about this poem that I had memorized years ago. And then funny enough, the poem was in the chapter that was read on the call. And so it got me thinking about this poem, and I was thinking, I think this is the first thing that I ever memorized. There's a certain set of things that I have intentionally memorized in my life. When you come across words that are so deep and so powerful and so profound with so much potential for changing one's life, it's not a bad idea to maybe commit those to memory. And this was definitely one. And I was thinking about the moment that I memorized it, and I remember I was sitting in a tractor at my uncle's place, funny enough, and these words had touched me as just deeply profound and deeply true. So I committed them to memory. And what I want to do in today's episode is I want to share the poem with you, and I want to dissect it a little bit and share with you why this poem touched me the way that it did, in the hopes that this poem can touch you as well. As I wrote in the description of the live today, this poem definitely was a seed that was planted in my personal philosophy, and I really think this is like a pillar of the way that I look at life and the way that I look at business that really is responsible for a lot of the success and freedom, thankfully, that I've been able to create in my life. So I also see there's at least one person here. If you could comment and let me know if you can hear me okay, that would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you're tuning in later, say hi. Here, I'll do it. I'll do it first. Hi, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Say it back. Janine says good morning. Awesome. So I'm assuming you can hear me. All right. So here's the poem. This is by, well, I think it's by James Allen, although I'm not positive. Arnita says, I hear you fine. Janine says, I hear you fine. Okay, great. Thanks, Arnita. And thanks, Janine. So it's in the book As a Man Thinketh, written by James Allen. I'm not sure if James Allen is the author of this poem or not, but it's in the book. And the poem goes like this: You will be what you will to be. Let failure find its false content in that poor word environment, but spirit scorns it and is free. It masters time, it conquers space, it cows that boastful trickster chance, and bids the tyrant circumstance uncrown and fill a servant's place. The human will, that force unseen, the offspring of a deathless soul, can hew a way to any goal, though walls of granite intervene. Be not impatient in delay, but wait as one who understands. When spirit rises and commands, the gods are ready to obey. So those are the lines, and I wanna pick this apart just a little bit. So you will be what you will to be, I think, is the title. And obviously, that idea is appealing, that we can be whatever it is we want to be. Whatever our will determines that we can become, we can become. That's a hugely inspiring idea just in the title. So you will be what you will to be. Let failure find its false content in that poor word environment. What does that mean to you? Here's what it meant to me, is that sometimes in life, we have the tendency as people to blame things for our lack of results. So if we're experiencing failure, one place we could blame is our environment. We could say, it's because I was born in this certain part of the world. It's because I was born in this circumstance, this family circumstance. That's why I'm not having the success that I want to have. It's that's fault. It's the environment's fault. And at the time that I memorized this poem, I was living in a double wide mobile home. I actually grew up in a double wide mobile home. So that was my environment. And the idea that my environment did not have to determine my future and really, could be disconnected from it. That no, I'm the one. It doesn't matter where I'm at. It doesn't matter what I'm living in. None of that matters. And I can choose my future. That was really, really inspiring to me. And so the line, let failure find its false content, because there is a little bit of content sometimes in blaming forces outside of ourselves for the conditions that we're experiencing right now. Isn't there a little bit of content? Because if we blame something else, it lets us off the hook. And there's a little bit of like, yeah, I feel good. It's not my fault. It's this other thing's fault. But what that poem says is it's false content, meaning it's not true, So let failure find its false content in that poor word environment, but spirit scorns it and is free. It masters time. Spirit masters time. How does spirit master time? Well, one way I've tried to master time in my life is to have a very high respect for time. I wake up early in the morning. I look at the hours of my day as precious gifts that I don't want to waste. And because of that, maybe, I'm not going to say I'm perfect, I'm not a master. But I have a respect for time in that I realize that my time on this earth is limited. And therefore, I want each moment of my day, if possible, to count, to be invested, to be used wisely. So that's one way a spirit can master time, because we all have the same amount of time. But isn't it true that some people use time more wisely than others? That does seem to be very true. So the spirit recognizes that time is a gift and does the best that it can to make that gift an investment in the future. So it masters time, it conquers space, it cows that boastful trickster chance. So to cow, I think is a some sort of like dethrone yourself, you boastful trickster chance. And what's chance? Chance is luck. And that's another reason or excuse that, or yeah, it's another reason that people sometimes associate success with. They say, oh, he was lucky. Oh, she was lucky. Oh, it was just a strange turn of the wheel that caused all of the success that this person is experiencing. And so the line, spirit cows that boastful trickster chance. It dethrones it. It says, no, chance has, yeah, maybe there's a little bit of element, of chance in all of our lives. However, we can't rely upon chance. We can't rely upon luck. So it cows that boastful trickster chance and bids the tyrant circumstance uncrown and fill a servant's place. The tyrant circumstance, right? Circumstance is only a tyrant if we allow it to be. If we look at our circumstances and we say, hey, because I'm starting my journey in a single wide trailer house, which was where I started my entrepreneurial journey in a single wide mobile home, I could have said, this is my circumstance, and it's going to determine what I am, how much success I can have or not have. But that line, uncrown and fill a servant's place, circumstances beneath me. Why is circumstance beneath me? Why is circumstance potentially beneath you? Because you have a spirit inside. You have a vision. You have the ability to tell circumstance, uncrown. Circumstance does not define me. It doesn't matter what's around me. What matters most is what's in me. And what's in me can cause what's outside of me to dethrone and fill a servant's place. A servant to what? A servant to the power inside, to the vision that you have, that I have, that we can have for a better future. So uncrown and fill a servant's place. The human will, that force unseen, the offspring of a deathless soul, can hew a way to any goal, though walls of granite intervene. That really inspires me to think that a wall of granite, granite is hard, solid rock. Walls of granite. You've got a goal on the other side. You want to go somewhere, and there's a wall of granite in front of you. The human will can hew a way to any goal, though walls of granite intervene. And I love that line because it's always reminded me that no matter how big the obstacle, no matter how big the challenge, no matter how deep and crushing and heartbreaking the setback, it's just a little wall of granite. We could get through it. Can you away to any goal, the walls of granite intervene? Be not impatient in delay, because good things take time. And that's one thing I've learned over my journey, is that there's a gestation period to all things in nature. If you plant seeds in a garden, it's not just going to pop up tomorrow. It takes time. And it seems like our goals are that way too. So we've got to be not impatient in delay, because there will be delay from when we set the goal, when we set the vision, when we start on the path diligently, seriously committed. There will be a delay. There's a time from when we put in the work and 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 put in the work to where, there's a little flower coming up. So be not impatient in delay, but wait as one who understands. When spirit rises and commands, the gods are ready to obey. And I love that. I love those last lines. And reflecting on my own personal journey, you may or may not know my story, but there was a moment in my story where I'd been failing in business for a number of years. And that led me to a prayer, that led me to a book. And in this book, there were a set of lines where I was invited to proclaim out loud my vision, continually, to build faith in myself. And I trace the moment, I trace my spirit rising up and commanding to that moment when I clearly defined and decided what it is that I wanted. And I decided outside my single wide mobile home to walk up and down the driveway and to command what? To proclaim my vision, to command myself that I was committed to this vision and that I was going to take action on this vision each and every single day. That was the moment that I began to command. And what I found on my journey is that that last line in that poem for me was true. The gods are ready to obey. And what does that mean? That just means God was on my side. God was waiting for me to throw my heart and my mind and my soul into something that was worth going for, and to commit to it fully, and to commit to God. Because that's the other thing that I did when I was proclaiming my vision is, by the first day of such and such, I will have in my possession X amount of, residual income was my goal back in those early days. And I would proclaim that out loud, and I'd go through this exercise. But then as I was doing that, for some reason, I was underneath the Idaho stars as I was doing this. And I would look up at the stars and I would imagine the infinite, and I would imagine God. And I would imagine that it wasn't just me hearing those words. It was me hearing those words, but God was hearing those words as well. And oftentimes when I would go through this exercise, I'd finish and I would pray, or I would pray beforehand, and I would talk to God and I would say, this is my goal. My family needs this. I need this. I'm committed. I will do everything. Please show me a way. Please guide me forward. Please fill me with faith. Please help me to follow through on the words that I'm proclaiming out loud, so that they're not just empty words. And I think that was a really important key, that God knew that my words weren't empty. And I found that, God, the universe, whatever word you want to describe, the infinite, was there, had my back. Things happened that seemed to be somewhat miraculous to come to my aid. But it didn't happen until I had made that full commitment, and I allowed my spirit to rise and command, not command other people, but just command myself, direct all of my thoughts, direct all of my energies, direct all of my activities throughout the day. I commanded those things. I took dominion over my soul, over my life. And that's when all of the magic, really started to happen. So I wanted to share this as I think back on this poem that I memorized so many years ago. It still rings so true to me, and it's still a part of my personal philosophy that we can do the things that we set our minds to. So I wanted to share that. Hope you found some value in it today. I see some great comments coming in. Janine says, absolutely. Good to see you for the second time today. Janine's hanging out with us on our morning workout, which you can join too if you want to get on a Zoom and do some exercise with us. And also, oh, Amy Star. Hey, Amy, how are you? She says, I needed this reminder about patience today. Thank you so very much. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. It's also a good reminder to keep putting our voice and our message out there because it will find and help the people who need it most. I think that is 100% true. Thank you, Amy. I love you. You are the greatest. You're so great. Like the message I sent you yesterday. Hermine from the Netherlands says, thank you. Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for tuning in. Tiffany Greer says, beautiful. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I am so thankful for that. And you, I think you're beautiful too. Janine says, absolutely, God is on our side. I believe that, as long as we'll be on God's side, you know. And I think one of the things that for me, there was a period of years where I said I wanted something. I said I had a goal. But I really was not fully committed. And I think that's the place that really we all want to get to. If we have an important goal to strive for, is get to the place where we're fully committed. And I think that's one of the things that can really help us is, you know, if we believe in God, if we believe in the infinite, if we believe in, you know, an infinite creator, to involve those powers, whatever we imagine them to be, in our commitment. Because sometimes it's easy to make promises to yourself and not keep those promises. It's a little bit harder to make a promise to God and not follow through. Anyway, Janine says, I have risen above my circumstance. I'm so happy to hear that. Time is precious. And so, yeah, so thanks for all the comments, guys. I am Paul Hutchings. If you're finding me for the first time, and you got value from this episode, I would love to invite you to subscribe to me on social media, wherever you're finding this, for more content from me. And the best thing that I would invite you to do, if you're open, is to subscribe to my email list. I send all these episodes out to my email list. And so by subscribing to my email list, that can make sure you don't miss any of the future episodes. I also send other things out to my email list. I've got a newsletter, you know, that I share various tips on sales and marketing and mindset and faith and goodness and, you know, how to be the best person you can be, which I'm still a student in that area, but I am striving. And because I'm striving, I often notice things and, you know, in my own life and in the lives of others that can be valuable to you, if that's an intention that you have. Also on that page, you're going to see a set of buttons with some free gifts. You can pick the one that resonates the most with you as you're subscribing to my email list. And there's one button on there that I talked about in the video today, and that is a link to our Grow Rich Mastermind. It's 100% free. There's no cost to join. In fact, we did a sales presentation last Saturday, and one of the people in the comments said, I have no money. How do I join? And I said, unfortunately, you can't join the business, but you can join our community. There's no cost to be a part of that part of our community. And we do a mindset call. We call it the Grow Rich call. It's every day, Monday through Friday. And that's the call that I was referencing earlier on in this live. Also, there's a set of books that you'll receive if you decide to opt into that button. We call it the Mastermind Collection. And it includes the book that I mentioned today, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. It also includes another set of books that have been hugely important in helping me to develop a philosophy that has gotten me through the hard times and sustains me through the good times and really has helped me to create a life that I love and I'm so thankful for, a life of freedom. So that's that button on there that says Grow Yourself. You can click on that and get the Mastermind Collection and tune into our community and see how we might be able to rub off on you in a good way. That's our goal. You know, our goal is to be a positive influence in your life, to help you think better thoughts so that you can take better actions and find more success and reward in this great life journey. So that's it, guys. I got to go hop on the treadmill before our next mastermind. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm going to check the comments one more time. Bill Rizlov says, good morning. Hey, good morning, Bill. Good to see you again. Peter says, hey, Paul, BAIE. Good to see you, Peter. If you guys don't know what hashtag BAIE means, it means boy, am I excited, which is a great reminder of the law of success called enthusiasm. So, all right, guys, have a good one. Bye for now.